This equation is the long question related to matrix. We need to find the value of x and y from the given two linear equation, and while solving the given linear equation we need to transform it first in the form of ax plus by equals to c. And now we are going to do the solution. As this equation are not in the form of ax plus by equals to c, then we will transform it first into that form and then we will solve. Solution. Here the first equation is 2 3y minus 1, or it is 2x plus 2 equals to 3y minus 3, or the final equation will be 2x, this plus 3y, it will be minus 3y is equals to minus 5 minus 3, this plus 2, bring this right hand side, you will get minus 2 minus 3 minus 2 is minus 5. Similarly, the next equation is 3x plus 2 equals to 3y plus 1, or 3x plus 6 is equals to 3y plus 3, or 3x minus 3y equals to 3, this plus 6, it will be minus 6, 3 minus 6 is minus 3. This is the second equation. Now we need to express these two linear equations which are in the form of ax plus by equals to c in matrix form, representing given equation. It's better to write given equation means equation 1 and equation 2 in matrix form. What we get? Write the coefficient of x is 2 and the coefficient of y is minus 3 for the first equation. Second equation, coefficient of x is 3, coefficient of y is minus 3, and the variables are, the first variable is x and second is y. And one more thing to be noted is that, see, the first term in this equation contain x, y, then second should be also in this form, in same form, means x and y. This y should not be at front and this at back. What is over here? Same thing will be here, means x is front, x, y is equals to, now the constant term is, first one is minus 5 and second one is minus 3. Now this form that we have represented equation, matrix, equation 1 and 2 in matrix form. Now this matrix form is in the form of, which is in the form of A, is 2 into matrix A, xy is x equals to b. Let it be equation 3, where means this equation is in the form of ax equals to b. Now we need to denote which is what are the elements of matrix A. Similarly, the elements of matrix X and matrix B. A equals to 2 minus 3, 3 minus 3, and X equals to x, y, and B equals to minus 5, minus 3. Now see this equation 3, ax equals to b. We need to find the value of xy, means we need to find the matrix x, means we need to pre-multiply this equation 3, x equals to b, by A inverse. Now pre-multiplying equation 3 by A inverse on both sides, we get, means what we get, A inverse A x equals to b. And in matrix multiplication, A inverse into A means matrix with the inverse is identity matrix, and it's X as it is B, or identity or unit matrix with a matrix means the matrix, sorry, A inverse B is missing, A inverse B, X equals to A inverse B. Let it be equation 4. It will be quite easy on solving if you denote the expression or the relation in the form of equation, and if you name it, it will be easy. Now, in order to find the value of X, we need to find the value of A inverse. B is already given, we need to find the A inverse. And the formula to find the inverse of any matrix, let it be A. A will be what? 1 upon determinant of A into adjoint of A. Means in order to find A inverse, we need to find determinant and adjoint. And first we need to find determinant, because determinant gives, that means the determinants determines whether we can find A inverse or not. And similarly adjoint, if determinant is non-zero, then we can find A inverse. Now we are going to find A inverse, sorry, not A inverse, first determinant. Now determinant of A will use this 2 bar sign. Element of A are 2, minus 3, 3 minus 3, and we'll multiply the diagonal element. 2 into minus 3 minus bottom to top, 3 into minus 3, it's minus 6 plus 9, it's minus plus is 3, means 3 is the non-zero. So A inverse exists. Similarly, we need to find adjoint of A. Adjoint of A is equals to, it's easy for 2 into 2 matrix. There is a simple method. Method is that while finding the adjoint of given matrix, we change this principal diagonal element. It's minus 3, 2, and for the remaining element we need to change their sign. It's plus 3, now it will be minus 3. It's minus 3, it will be 3. And remember, while finding the adjoint of matrix, we should know the concept of minors and the cofactor. Then only we can find the adjoint of A. It's a square matrix, then it's a little bit quite easy method, shortcut method, but it's not the exact one. But we can solve, we can find the adjoint by this concept also. Now see, A inverse means 1 upon determinant of that matrix into adjoint of that matrix. See, determinant is also obtained as well as adjoint. Now we are going to find A inverse. So A inverse means 1 upon its determinant into adjoint of A. 1 upon determinant is 3, adjoint of A is minus 3, 3 minus 3, 2. Okay, please keep this as it is, because it will be quite easy while finding the value of X. Because if you multiply over here, this 3 will give 1, but it comes fraction over here. It's quite easy. But if the data are quite difficult, then at that time it will be more difficult for us to find the inverse as well as to find the value of X and Y. It's better you keep as it is. Now see, A inverse X is A inverse B. A inverse is obtained 1 upon 3, minus 3, 3, minus 3, 2, and B is minus 5, minus 3. Now we'll substitute this value of A inverse and B in this equation 4. Then we will get the value of X. Finally, from equation 4, that is X equals to A inverse B, we get, now we'll substitute the value of X, A inverse and B. X is XY, A inverse is 1 upon 3 minus 3, 3 minus 3, 2, and B is minus 5, minus 3, or xy is equals to 1 upon 3. Now we'll do matrix multiplication, row into column. Now see, the order of this matrix is 2 into 2 and is 2 into 1, means we can multiply. That's why while finding the value of x or the x and y or the matrix x, we need to pre-multiply by the inverse on both sides. If we post multiply over here, that means the order of matrix B is 2 into 1 and it is 2 into 2, means 2 into 1. Number of column of this matrix will be 1 and the row of this matrix will be 2. 1 is not equal to 2, then we cannot multiply. That's why we need to pre-multiply by the inverse of that 2 into 2 matrix on both sides. Row into column, minus 3 into this minus 5 plus 3 into minus 3. Row into column, minus 3 with minus 5 plus 3 into 3 with minus 3. Row into column, minus 3 with minus 5 plus this 2 into minus 3, or xy is equals to 1 upon 3, minus 3 minus 5 is 15, plus minus minus 3 into 3 is 9, minus 3 into minus 5 is 15, plus into minus is minus 6, or xy is equals to 1 upon 3, 15 minus 9 is 6, 15 minus 6 it's what? It's 9. Or xy is equals to, now this 1 upon 3 will multiply this both term. 1 upon 3 into 6, it is 2. 1 upon 3 into 9 is 3. As in question is given solved by matrix method, it means that we need to find the value of x and y, not the matrix x and y. It's not mentioned that find the matrix xy. It's given that solve means we need to find the value of unknown variable by equality of matrices. What you can write, x equals to 2, y equals to 3. Hence the value of x is 2 and y is 3.